play therapy. So this is something that we incorporated into IBGA also. So I think my dad did talk a lot about the cognitive aspect of board gaming, right? Which is like all the probabilities and all these things. But now let's also delve into the therapeutic play aspect of board gaming, which is also so important for children's mental wellness. Yeah, so when we think about children, we also look back at the quote that mentioned how children communicate through play, right? They sometimes, with the lack of verbalization, with the lack of vocabulary and words, it can be so difficult for them to express their thoughts and their feelings. But through play, through toys, through board games, this is how they can actually express themselves. And that is how we get to understand the inner world of children, their thought process, how they feel, how they think, and how they interact with one another through play, right? So whenever we do our coaching, besides looking at the cognitive aspect, we also look at how they interact with one another. We want to see how they manage their emotions, how they manage losing also, because in board games there's winning and losing, how they manage that, and the techniques that we teach them in order to really overcome that and know their own self-worth, that even if they lose, it is the effort of trying and improving each and every time they start a new board game. Yeah, so even that itself is so important, which that's why we look at board games as a very important tool that children can use, that families can use that together to learn and interact with one another and have fun. And so just now my dad was showing this diagram, which he said he'll just leave it to me because like I'm the one that is certified in play therapy, right? So we actually look at 4 different aspects of play therapy, which is facilitates communication, fosters emotional wellness, enhances social relationships, and increases personal strength. And in each of that, we can see exactly how children can really incorporate that into their game. Okay? So, yeah, facilitates communication. We have self-expression, access to the unconscious, direct teaching, and indirect teaching. Okay, so maybe I'll just go deeper into some things. Sometimes when we speak to a child, right, it can be very difficult to just say across like that. Sometimes we use tools to help them to understand what is happening. So in play therapy, that's the place where we can use toys, we can use different figurines in order to let the children express themselves. Okay, so that's like the direct and indirect teaching part where we facilitate communication. So likewise for board games, we can do that. Okay, and in terms of emotional wellness, there's catharsis, ad reaction, positive emotions, counter conditioning fears, stress inoculation, and stress management. So in that, we have board games that sometimes can get quite stressful, right? Like you have like resource management, oh no, how do you handle this? And this is very important when we want to apply it to real life. But in this board game, everything happens in a board game, so they do not have to worry about the consequence of it. It's just all in the board game. But through that, they learn. And after that, they can apply it to the real world, which is so important. Yeah? And then we have enhanced social relationships like the therapeutic relationships, attachment, social competence, and empathy. So children don't just play board games alone, right? We are always playing with other children. We are interacting with others and we are forming bonds together. And so that's how we enhance social relationships through play. Children, we're not like adults, like we don't, children don't go around and like just have coffee and or have wine and talk about life, right? They play. So it is through board games that they learn to play and interact. Yeah? And finally, increases personal strength, creative problem solving, resiliency, moral development, accelerated psychological development, self-regulation, and self-esteem. Yeah, so I think one very important aspect at this age of life is that children are learning to build their identity. So they are crafting their own identity that is separate from their parents, especially when they reach towards the teenagers, adolescent stage, where they need to learn to understand themselves better. Through board games, they can do that because they, in the everyday, they learn what is it that they enjoy, what they want to improve on, whether they want to improve in their mathematics or they want to improve in their communication with others. All these they can discover through board games. Yeah, so this is just something that I wanted to share, and I hope it was helpful for all of you. Yeah, so thank you so much.